This is an energy healing with insights into the coming year, 2020. The energy work from 2019 had an overarching premise or pattern of healing the past, healing traumas from the past impressions, experiences, ancestors, many things of the past were the focus. And it's good to use our ability, hindsight is 2020, it's good to look back and see what was left undone and what needed to be healed. But it's my experience that we did a huge work in 2019. And the work of 2020 is to look forward. As we're looking forward, we're building a foundation of promise upon the clear ground, upon the stable foundation that was laid in 2019. This promise of the future, or this potential for growth, is founded on the energy signature of pure potential. This energy signature itself is a very exciting thing. We could say that we're defining a resonant region of the causal field, a very specified region of the causal field. For those of you not sure what's the causal field, check out my knowledge base, check out my video on the causal field. But the causal field is the finest, least manifest level of self. And the least manifest level of our own physiologies is very abstract and unbounded. It's like the ocean. It's a great ocean of feeling, of perception and experience. And in that field, there are regions. And when we bring a specific region into our focus of awareness, that region becomes the foundation for whatever it is that we're manifesting at that moment. In this case, I want to introduce to you the concept of a particular region, which is specific for bringing forth one's potential in its most complete and satisfying state. We all know this place. We all know this area of our consciousness because every infant is born into that place. Every infant, despite the circumstances of their birth or their birth family, comes into this world as a hope for the future. Just like 2020, our new baby year is coming in with a great hope for the future. We come in with this potential just oozing out of every pore. We don't even really realize what it is, but it's seen and appreciated by those who love us and hopefully nurtured and cultivated as we grow. And if it's not to worry, because we still own it. You still own that experience, whether you grew up with people who are supportive of you or not. This video and this healing is designed to reactivate that aspect for every person watching and for our dear year 2020, so that all of us are able to be our own self-nurturers and our own self-cultivators, and not only directly access and own the power of that pure potential, but access the resources to support its manifestation into the field of life as well. So let's dive, we'll bring it into focus, dive in with our awareness and take a little look at this particular area of the causal field, this area of consciousness. We all have consciousness. This area of the ocean of consciousness within all of us, which is the essence and the very home of the bright hope for the future that each of us are. What is that space of pure potential? It is the light, the very spark of life. It is that dream of the divine as it begins to emerge into the manifest field of creation as yet unexpressed, as yet unrealized. It's the dream of the divine, and it's soft, and it's bright, and it's full. It's really full. It's so pure. It's so full of purity that it could go in any direction. You could push it in any, the infant who comes into the world can push, their life can be pushed in any direction, and they could come out any variety of different ways. It doesn't matter if the life has already evolved and you came out a certain way up to this point. The fact is that in this moment, it is possible to still recapture the purity, the brightness, the potential, the as yet unrealized aspect of one's own self, which is responsible for everything that you will be in the future starting now. So I'm holding space for that energy. I'm bringing it into the center of my focus. That aspect of the field of consciousness, which is held in common by all of us. And as I bring it into my focus, the same time offering that resonation, that imprint, the imprint of that pure potential, offering that back to divinity, offering it back to the unmanifest ocean of silent organizing power for all that is, the great, silent, universal creator of all. And as I do that, also looking out into the field of YouTube and looking out into the field of 2020. I'm just seeing that energy of pure potential expanding to infinity, because anything that we offer or drop into the field of being takes on the qualities of pure, infinite, unbounded being, which includes infinity. So it expands, it expands. And as it expands into the field of awareness of everybody watching this video and into the structure of the year to come, it comes with deep compassion and gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to be in this world and to be part of the story of Earth and to be human physiologies, which are the valuable, infinitely valuable antennas of the divine for knowing the whole universe, for knowing everything. We're that point, each one of us is that point of perspective by which we know the universe. And our points of perspective taken collectively feed back into the source of creation to provide an overarching understanding of what this reality actually is. So gratitude for that. And gratitude for everyone and everything that was responsible for our safe navigation through 2019, those of us who survived, our safe navigation through 2019. And I'm feeling the intention to leverage this potential to create something great, to create some lasting good for our world, some tangible offering to this world, which provides an even more stable foundation for future growth, which cuts through the darkness and the entropy, which is responsible for a lot of the troubles and problems which our world faces, which I see the opening of flows or channels of communication or flow of life force going to areas of the world that are lacking in infrastructure, are lacking in environmental support for people's ability to live in a dignified and healthy manner. I am seeing greater harmony between ourselves as humans and all the living things of the earth, particularly and especially the microbial level of our earth. This is an area, it's like a no-brainer that we should like get along with animals and trees and plants, and we should learn how to work within the climate of the earth. But it's really important that we understand that we're also sharing the earth with beings that are very, very small, but also can work together collectively in a very powerful manner. This is the year for us as humans to share that perspective with the microbial reality of our world, and for us as humans to work together collectively to produce effects that are much more powerful than anything we can produce as individuals. The whole is always greater than the sum of the parts. This principle, this is an overarching principle for 2020, that we learn as individuals to work together collectively, and we learn as a collective how we function collectively so that we can leverage the potential of our consciousness. We can leverage that infinite potential with which we were born to produce and promote effects for our world that are truly life-supporting, that are truly evolutionary, aligned with the evolution actions which support everyone's evolution, actions which allow the intelligence which resides at the level of the whole creation within each of us, allows that level of divine intelligence to stretch through us as a collective and find perfect expression in this relative manifest level of creation. This, the overarching pattern or the overarching thrust of 2020, may it be just an amazing year for everyone. May it be the year that we all fully and totally heal completely to our core. Thank you for being with me.